is known as a gentleman's game. How about ladies' cricket? Do girls inspire their life with cricket? Today I'm here to meet a young, talented Sri Lankan girl who has changed her life with cricket.
Around the pitch.
Full toss on that occasion. It's bread and butter. Is there a fielder down there? There isn't. So that ball rolls over the fence for a boundary.
I'm Hiruki Kalansooriya from the Media Unit 258 to Rupavahini Muthuhara Children's Society, Doha, Qatar. Today, I'm honored to have this wonderful talk with Apsara Weerasekara, a young girls cricketer, talented student, also the president of Muthuhara Children's Society. Aiborn. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, to get us started, can you tell us a bit about you?
My name is Apsara Weerasekara. I'm from Sri Lanka and I'm 16 years old. I study at Stafford Sri Lankan School, Doha. I'm a science student in grade 12. I'm a member of the Qatar National Under-19 Women's Cricket Team, and also I'm the president of the Muthuhara Qatar Children's Society.
Okay, I'll start with a simple question. Why do you like cricket in the first place?
I could say that cricket is a really fun game, but at the same time, it's a game which requires a lot of focus, hard work, and mostly teamwork. So when I hear the word cricket, the first thing that I remember is a huge green field, and of course not to forget the audience which screams for each and every ball from, like, if you take a T20 match, from the starting of the match towards the end of the 20th over. So like all that tension, all those mixed feelings are just awesome. And I used to watch cricket a lot when I was a kid with my dad and with my cousins and everyone. So I loved it then also. So yeah, I think that's why.
That is wonderful how you really liked it at a young age. So how did you enter cricket, and just about how old were you when you started?
Actually, that's a bit of a funny question, how I entered cricket. I was in grade 3 when I first came into cricket. I could say I was about 8 or 9 years old. So, you know that extracurricular application form that school sends at the beginning of every academic year, right? So that when I got it first, I quickly filled up for dancing, Scrabble, and around 2 more activities, I don't remember. And of course there was a sports section, and in that they had football, hockey and cricket. No offense, but I do not like football and hockey, but I loved cricket. And the thing was, I hadn't seen girls playing cricket much. So because of that, I was nervous to, go for it. But then my mom was like, it's fine, just because you're a girl, you shouldn't, come back. Just go give it a try, because it's in school, right? And then I went for it on the first day of practice, and I was really nervous because, in a whole bunch of boys, like when you're the only girl, that feeling you get is just so nervous, right? So the first few days of practice were really hectic, and then I moved on to Stallions Cricket Academy, and after practicing for a few months there, I kind of settled down with cricket and I started enjoying the game. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see you've come a really long way since you've started. So can you tell us a bit about your international match experiences?
So if I talk about international match experiences, the first time I made it into the team was in 2020. Back then, Qatar hosted a triangular women's cricket tournament, and 4 countries were actually invited initially. It was Oman, Kuwait, Qatar and China, but you remember it was COVID back then, so China couldn't come. And yes, so since I was a new player, of course, I couldn't make it to the playing 11, but staying in the 14 members itself was a huge achievement for me, and that experience was really valuable because I got to, meet new members from other teams and understand how they were and what we lacked and what they had. Yeah, so it was a great experience for me, and the biggest turning point happened this year. That was when ICC hosted a Under-19 Women's World Cup Qualifier Asia, and that was when I first got selected to the team as part of the playing 11 in Malaysia.
Okay, so what is your experience about traveling to Malaysia, to a whole different country, and participating in international tournaments?
Yeah, so that experience, it's really hard to put it into words because, as I told before, I got selected to 14 members, right? I wasn't playing initially. So this was the first time I had to play for the team. And that means like you were representing the country. And on the other hand, I was traveling away from Qatar, so to a place I've never been before, so Malaysia. And those two, so like it was
tough.
It was really tough. And we were in Kuala Lumpur, and most of our matches were in Kindra Oval. So like the first few overs of the matches on the first day, it was like really I was giving my best to give my 100% on the field. I didn't want to miss out any ball, or I wanted to give my best in every way I could, because of course I was representing Qatar. And after few overs of bowling, after getting few runouts, and yeah, like everyone's happy, I kind of settled down, and yeah, after that, like I was doing good.
While you were playing cricket, like, did you have any role models or anyone you looked up to? Maybe it would have been a coach or a player.
Role models, of course. I used to love Kumara Sangakkara. I used to like his batting styles and everything. And after, a while, I started watching women's cricket. And then I was like really shocked in the way they play and everything. And from that day onwards, I really loved Chamariya Tapattu. She's just amazing. I mean, if I could bat like she does, that would be like one of my dreams one day.
That is amazing how you have those kind of dreams to become the person you want to be, and you have dreams to become a better person, even though I feel like you've reached a really high level already. I know you're a newly elected president of Muthuhara and a very bright student at Stafford Sri Lankan School. And now with cricket, how do you manage your time?
That's a question like most of the people ask me, and sometimes even I think it to myself, actually how do I manage all these things, because like these past few days have been really hectic with all these things plus sports meet and everything. So like simply what I have got to say is that suppose you're playing cricket now, don't focus on the exam you have tomorrow. And if you're like studying for an exam, don't focus like how am I going to bowl tomorrow, how are the batsmen going to be and all of that. If you're doing something currently, just focus on what you're doing, and then I think you'll eventually be able to manage time.
Along with that great piece of advice, do you have any suggestions you want to give to viewers who are also interested in cricket?
Yeah, so first of all, I have to say that I'm also still a very young girl, so even I also have very few experiences. But of course, since you're asking, all what I have got to say is that if you are preparing or if you're going to do something very important, like suppose you have an exam, start on the previous day or like a month before or something, just study really hard. Don't start thinking about the results. Like when you're doing it, just focus, give your 100% and do it really well. And of course, if you do it that way, the results are gonna end up like really good. And also if something in case happens and if you don't get the expected results, but still you have that happiness that you worked hard for it and like you were supposed to achieve it, right? So I think that will be enough for you to get satisfied.
I can see many medals behind us. Can you tell me what these achievements are for?
Yeah, so actually the series, right? So this was like we won one match. So this is what we got from Qatar Cricket Association. I mean, all three of these medals are from Qatar Cricket Association when we had matches against teams. And this one was think we had cricket matches against clubs in Qatar, and this was an instance where we won. So that is for that. And yeah, currently these days we have some QPL matches going on, and I'm hoping to gain more from those.
I really appreciate how much you have this much dedication to trying to earn as much as you can for the future, for you to actually enjoy yourself in the future and look back at what you've really taken. And looking at these medals by itself, I can see how far you've come.
Thank you.
Before concluding, is there anybody special you want to thank that helped you through your journey of cricket? Maybe like a coach, a family member, pretty much anybody.
Yes, of course. There's so many people to thank who have helped me throughout this journey, and even if like I'm in a position today, it's because of them. So first of all, I have to thank my parents, my mother and my father, both of them. They have been really supportive for everything I do and everything I have done so far. And then I have to thank my school, because every time I get an opportunity, they just do whatever they can and try to make me achieve it. So I'm really thankful for my school, and QCA, of course, for providing us with the best facilities for cricket and everything we could just do to improve our game. And last but not least, I want to thank Muthuhara for always providing us a good platform to enhance and polish up our skills and take them out to the world.
I really can't believe how much you've gone a long way through your journey of becoming a normal third grader, and now you are a fully fledged cricket star, I can say. Okay, so being a multitasking, talented girl is the true way to succeed in life. I believe after we've done this interview that many children will really be inspired to learn about sports, education, and other social activities. It was a great pleasure having this wonderful chat with you. We wish you all the best, especially for your upcoming international cricket matches.
Thank you very much.
So good luck. And so everybody, till we meet again with another program, I wish you a lovely day. Ayubowan.
Ayubowan.